Welcome everybody, welcome back to Planet Zoo. We're gonna play Jameson Wildlife Park today. We're gonna get the gold star in a hard level. So we're gonna be have a little tour throughout the park as you see here. Don't mind the music, I have just forwarded it twice, otherwise it's just gonna take a little too long. Here we go. The objectives for today. Habitat species. We need to do some education work, breed a cougar, and get welfare levels of animals up. So that's what we're going to start with. There's a cougar in the park already, and he has escaped. So we're just going to remove all the trees away from the fence and hire the fence as well. 6 meters should do, I hope. Okay, so we're going to raise the price for the entrance fee for the park. Because it's gonna make you money. If it's too high, they'll tell you. Don't you worry about that. They will keep coming. They're just gonna say that the price is too high. Alright, so get this cougar back into its habitat. And I think, yeah, I have already done that. So, first we're gonna get a second cougar. Because if we need to breed one, we need to have a couple, obviously. Alright, so we have a male, we need a female. Just get the youngest one you can get. Don't pay attention to price or the color of metal the thingy has, because it doesn't matter. You just need to breed one. You don't have to get a 5-star animal in this park. So to get more money, add donation bins. It's very, very important because they're like your main money maker technically. And there's hardly any in the park, so just put them all over the place. Even if there's no animals around, just place them. It doesn't hurt. They only cost $50, so it won't hurt. It's not gonna cost you a leg or something. Alright. So make sure that around the animal closures you place many donation bins, especially where the guests are holding up. You can just see some group of guests and you put some donation bins there and then you'll be good. Alright, so you need to do some research because you need welfare items for all your animals, because we need to have that welfare percentage up. First we're going to add a automatic water in every enclosure, because that's just going to make your life a lot easier. Animals will complain anyway, but if you don't have to worry about the water, that's always an issue less to worry about. Okay, so now let's just go start with one animal species here. The which one are we gonna start with? Okay, the alligators. So just see what they need for enrichment items. They already have a water feeder. I'm just gonna add another one. Throw some balls around and just as much as they need until their levels are all green again. The cougars are being nasty, complaining about being hungry and stuff, so we're just gonna add more staff into our park and make sure they'll get the education they need, so you won't have to hire as many. It sounds cheap, no, not cheap, not at all. It sounds expensive, but it's really cheaper than hiring more staff. So just make sure you educate the ones you have and hire some more, but not tons of them. Not necessary at all. So we continue adding enrichment items to all the enclosures. Our animals will be grateful. That's for sure. So we have some sea lions here, that's pretty cool. I have also adjusted the opening hours for the park, which technically means that you don't have to play in the dark. That's great because you're on a time here, so you need to pay attention. And in the dark, it's just hard playing. So we're not going to waste any time in the dark, so we're just going to adjust the time. Add a little zebra thingy to the cougars, and they'll be happy too. So more enrichment there. Their sprinkler always works. Okay, next. They're hungry again. Oh. No clean drink, so I guess their water is filthy, so we're just gonna add a transformer with a water filter, but we don't have money, so we're just gonna take out a little loan which we will be able to pay back later, no problem. Don't you worry about that. Don't be afraid to take a loan. You will have the money to pay it back. Just don't forget to forward the time a little, speed it up, because if you're gonna play real time, it's just gonna take too long. You're not gonna make enough money in time. That's why. Okay, so now we just continue with the enrichment items. The moose have nothing, so you can just add a lot. Make sure that you also add enough feed enrichment items, because they are depending on the amount of animals that are in the enclosure. So, okay, the beavers are pretty much the last species I have to do, I think. Up. And the list keeps getting longer with every update that's gonna be in Planet Zoo, so that's great actually, but it also is a little harder to play in the timed scenarios, but that's okay. So, beavers are happy too now regarding their enrichment, and now we have an issue with snow. Alligators don't like that, so we're just gonna add some heaters there, and they'll be happy again and not complaining about being cold. There we go. Alright, then. Block of frozen fruit cannot be reached, so we're just gonna relocate the thingy. No problem. Fixed. Then, we're just gonna make sure that the staff is gonna get their education again. Up. There we go. Okay. The bullfrog is a species to forget very easily. I just needed a little bit of research there, because you need to add some enrichment there too. So by now they'll be happy too. Okay. Then there was also some education stuff we need to fix, and for that we need to place speakers and education boards, and that's what we're gonna do here. Place one speaker and one education board per species, and you'll be fine, mostly. So that's what we're starting with. Okay. Let's see which ones we have to do. The alligators are right there. Should be okay like that. Yes, perfect. Okay, then beavers. This is actually a pretty large park to play in. I think it's going to be great for free play, sandbox mode or something, because you really have tons of space to work with. For the timed scenario it's a little harder though, because you have to move around a lot to find actually your animals back. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Okay, I don't like that 3D thingy that it has added recently to the game with one of the latest updates, but we'll manage to work with that. Okay, research complete for the bullfrog again, that's no problem. Then I might be able to add another enrichment item. Oh, there's another one. I forgot that one. Sorry. Okay, so that one needs a education board too. And there's one especially for the exhibits. There we go. Perfect. So, I usually just place all the education boards and speakers and then add the species afterwards. It's just way easier, way faster. Otherwise there's always going to be people running around, stepping on your speakers and stuff, and you won't be able to actually select the education boards and speakers especially because they're so tiny. And it will also tell you if there's no power, so you can just fix it very fast. And that is how do we with an education person who does the animal talks, just wandering around. No problem, just let it be. Yeah, I think that's gonna be okay. Alright, then there are some diseased animals. Not good, not good, not good at all. Hungry animals too. So I think we just need to hire some more and get their education levels up. And the hiring we'll do later. Just see how they're gonna end up. We also have to do the Arctic foxes. We have to have 2 in our zoo for the objectives. So that's what we're gonna do now. First we're gonna hire some more staff because the animals are really complaining now. Too much diseased animals, too many. So we just need at least another vet and some keepers to get the amount of hungry animals down. Alright, we can speed up to 3. No issues. And we're gonna build a small but simple enclosure for the Arctic foxes. They are shy, so make sure that you use one-sided glass along the paths. Or something else that will keep the foxes from seeing the people wandering around their habitat. Okay, then let's just get the foxes in there, and while they're being transported we will make sure that the habitat is gonna be fine for them. So feeder, water, enrichment items, and something for shelter. This little thingy. They're just tiny animals, so they don't need much. They're not very demanding at all. They're very, very easy. Very undemanding. So that's really good. Okay. Just make sure that the terrain is okay, but it's not really a big issue usually. Unless it's really off, then they'll start complaining, but as long as you've got some stuff in green, then you usually should be fine. Okay, loan is not done yet, that's perfect. We'll just adjust the prices a little. Needs to be done every now and then, just keep an eye on it. It's good for your money, just remember that. Okay, education board and speaker, they don't have power, so we just need to add another transformer. And the black-tailed prairie dogs are an issue. Money is also an issue, but that's gonna be fixed soon, I hope. Alright, so the prairie dogs are starving, that's not good at all. So we just need to get the keepers there. And already sent the vet there too, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Okay, so now we have enough money to get a transformer, and we will be able to connect the speaker and the education board. So make sure that it's far enough from the path so that the guests won't start complaining, because they don't like the sight of a transformer. Alright, then. That's the alligator thingy, that's not good. We're just gonna add some species to the moose enclosure. The cougar is already pregnant, so that's great. Then we will hit that objective of breeding a cougar really, really soon. Okay, so we're just also gonna add some education boards, like conservation boards, I'm sorry. And that is just for getting our education levels up. Because it needs to be 3 stars, and that's quite a thingy. But just add some education boards, make sure that you hit all the topics, and you should be okay. And if you need more, you're just gonna add some more at another location. But we'll just first see what this is gonna do. Yep, our new cougar is born, so that is awesome. Means that that objective is done now, and the up part in that is that you won't lose that objective. It will just be achieved and stay achieved. So we're just gonna add some more animals to the zoo because we need to have 12 habitat species. So we are gonna get a bear tapir and something that goes along with that. We can get some bisons for, I think they can go together with the moose. I think so. Mine minimum of 3. I have 3, so that should be okay. It's all females, that's not too bad, but we can get a male too. Just for breeding, and breeding means babies, and babies is good for guests like that. So we're gonna add the bisons to the moose enclosure. Just make sure that you'll add some more feed enrichment items, and you will be okay. Also make sure that you have enough regular feeders, of course. Otherwise the animals will tell you soon enough if you don't have enough. Okay, so we have some research complete for the our Arctic fox. Let's see if that's gonna get us. Nope, it's not gonna get us our feed enrichment item. Okay, back to the animal species. Something that goes along with the beard's top here. It's a tropical creature, so I think that we can get a turtle here. Yep, that is just perfect. So we're just gonna get a giant turtle. Tortoise, whatever. The thing that has a shield and walks real slow. And we're just gonna build an enclosure right here. Beards top here, and the turtles are not demanding at all also, so but they are shy. So just make sure that you have one-sided glass on guest sides, and you don't have to have any worries about climbable fencing or that stuff, or high fencing, because they won't try. They won't try to break out. So these prairie dogs really are getting on my nerves. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a work zone real quick, but I just don't want to do that right now. So we'll just keep an eye on that, I think, for now, and just see how it's gonna go. So you can see our money has gone up, up, up and away, so that's pretty good. We don't have to worry about financial issues anymore because we have 18,000 and counting. That's great. That means that we can just invest in a park and don't have to pay attention to our financials anymore, and just focus on reaching all the objectives in time. The turtles and the beard's top here have arrived. That means that we have to get stuff in their enclosure so that you will be happy too. Just add a ton of them. Money is no issue, so don't have to pay attention to that at all. Like I said before, add some heaters because sometimes it's snowing. This is the US, so we have to make sure that they won't freeze to death. They're just not made for cold. And these education stations, I don't know if they're actually gonna do something. These little paw thingies, but they look funny. I'll just add them. I have the money, so don't need to worry about it. So, do we have our feed enrichment item right now? We're just gonna check soon enough. A webcam, that's nice. We'll just hang them in every enclosure. Maybe just start with this one. Animal talk. Maybe just hire another educator. No habit to throw food into. Just stop whining. Okay, now it can. Okay, just 2 meters to the left or the right. You'll be good. Okay, no problem. The other one's in May, this one January. That's perfect, that will work. Just make sure that they're not all at the same time, because then you're just gonna have a staff issue. Obviously. Alright, so we need to add some more animals to the zoo. Let's just get the ring-tailed and red-ruffed lemurs. That's just easy. They can go together, and they're just easy to manage as well. Just make sure that they won't climb the fence. and that you don't forget the climbable items in their enclosure, otherwise they will be whining and it won't be easy. But they're easy, and they're cute. They always work. So still prairie dog issues, just keep sending the keepers over there regularly and you'll be okay. Alright, so we're gonna add some more lemurs. Perfect. Send them to the zoo, and we're just gonna make sure that we put all the items in their habitat as they need, and just hope that the trees are not too close to the fence, but if they're gonna escape we can always move that or remove them. We'll see what's gonna happen. We will see. For now, they'll be okay. Just add tons of enrichment items. They're monkeys, they're bored very, very easily, especially in hard mode, because animals just get bored faster. Add education boards and speakers again, one for each species. That should be okay. Make sure they don't interfere with other enclosures or other speakers, I mean, because that's gonna be an issue. For the education boards, there's no worry in that because they won't talk. People just get annoyed by when two speakers overlap. It's like when someone on your left and someone on your right are talking to you at the same time. That's just annoying. Okay, so we have some dying animals. That's what happens when they get old. Price is low, so we're just gonna raise them. Okay, so we have achieved our financial goal. That's great. So we just have to do our education rating. We have to get it up to 3 stars, so we're gonna work on that. Let's see, we can add some boards here and just hope that they won't overlap. Add one here too, because I don't have one for each species right now. I just added one for each enclosure, but since I have to get them up, I might as well just build some extra so that all the species I have are actually covered, at least with education boards then. Okay, so we can maybe build a animal talk right here too. I think that will work. Yes, can throw food, that is great. Perfect, so continue to. We're just gonna hire another educator. That's gonna make life a lot easier when you have several animal talks, otherwise you're just not gonna be able to reach your talks in time, and guests will be disappointed because they'll be waiting and there's just nobody showing up. That's a bummer, right? So I also did not have a education board for my bison, so I'm just gonna add speaker and education board here. And let's see, there's all these funny education items, so I'm just gonna spread them throughout the park. See what happens. It never hurts to add some more. Just spread these webcams throughout their enclosures. Okay, so then we can add another animal talk right here. It's not a pretty good place because it's way too crowded, and people will just have an issue getting around each other, which is already an issue, but I don't really care. Alright, so we're just gonna add an extra path. It works. See how we're gonna connect that? Perfect. So that they have actually a way to get around each other. That will help. Still the prairie dog issues going on. I don't know how to fix that because there's tons of feeders, and I just think that the shape of the enclosure is not really suitable, so that the keepers are not really able to get into the enclosure properly. I don't know. Okay, the vet was already done researching the one species, so we're just gonna put him on another one. I actually should have put both vets on research, but well, you know, when you're busy, you just forget something every now and then. Moose are hungry too, so we have to get some more keepers and get their education levels up, so that they will be able to do a little more work. Or work more efficiently, I should actually say. Cougars are already getting old, so I hope that this is gonna work out. We will find out soon enough. Okay, just add some more conservation boards here, because this is a place where we can just there's not too many people around here, so they won't bother each other if they stop and look at these boards right here. So again, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna hit all topics. I don't know if it actually does something, but I just always do it. And it feels good to have boards with all different things to look at, instead of all the same. Alright, and then last one. Oh, there's actually 2 more. I'm just gonna add 2 more. Why not? Okay, so that one and the very, very last one. Perfect. So, now, I'm just gonna add some of these other thingies, because they're funny. I think they're funny. I like them. And some more webcams, so that every enclosure has a webcam. Why not? It never hurts. It's just $150. Come on. So we are at 2, and it just dropped to 1.9 stars of education level, so that's not good. We're just gonna add some more animal talks up. Just add an animal species. Just give it a month. Specific month that the animal talk's gonna be, and then they will be fine, we hope. Beavers are starving, just gonna add another feeder, and I hope they'll be fine. We have less than 5 minutes left, so we'll just keep our fingers crossed and keep working on adding education items in the park, and hope that animals will stay happy and the finances won't drop too hard. Okay. Then, no crime, that's good. There are Something's not powered. We have to fix that. There, it's good. Conservation boards are all connected. Animal talks all work. Perfect too. Foxes are having social issues. There's way too many. Wow, they breed like crazy. Okay, so we're gonna get some of them out that we only have 2 or 3 left. This is too many. Way too many. Get out. Bye. Okay, still some left. Means we have to release them or rehome them or whatever them. There we go. So now we only have 2 left. Let's see what we do now. Black prairie. Oh my god. We made it, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.